Hello, everyone. Welcome to Open Chat. Good to see everybody. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat thus far. Hey, Chairman. Good to see you. Hello, Cement Shoes. Aspie Chan. Thank you. Hello, Sean B. And just hello, everybody. So today has been another day of absolute special level fuckery in my state. It all had to do with Agape boarding school, which, as you know, is basically Missouri's version of the JRC, right? It's been a long day for pretty much all of us who've been fighting this particular school, especially for the survivors, my God. So, I'm going to walk you through some of this insanity. But first, while I'm waiting for other people to kind of straggle in a little bit, oh my God, the last 2 days. So I did badly last day of last week. Whatever happens on the phones, right? For my work. Did excellently on Saturday, like just blew through the numbers. And then had 2 days of shit. A bunch of improperly transferred calls and people that customer service should have been doing their jobs instead of transferring to me. So yeah, that's been my week so far. And on top of that, I had this fuckery. So let me get it pulled up here so you guys get to experience some of this whiplash I have. And nice to see you, Chairman. Thank you for coming on. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over.
No problem. No problem. I'm watching the news right now. They're about to smash a small space probe into into a asteroid.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah, into a small asteroid that's very far away from us, so it won't. So if it does deflect anything, nothing will come at us. Thank God.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's all in the news. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel right now.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
11. Yeah, yeah. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. Yeah, yeah. 11 minutes away from impact. Or that's a tiny little target they're going after. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna hit a asteroid called Dimorphos.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So, what I meant by fuckery, folks, I mean this fuckery here. It started with this, shared by one of the survivors of that school. The two social workers placed at Agape boarding school for the last few weeks are leaving right now. The case has been mutually dismissed this morning, and currently, Attorney General Eric Schmidt is allowing children to remain at Agape. This has become an epic disaster, and more to come shortly.
What?
Yeah. So that's the beginning. That's just the beginning. Let me go into this more here. I have to go into my retweets. So forgive me, folks, I do not have an edit button. And apparently my internet's slow. Okay, am I still on?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure because it kind of kicked us off.
Yeah. You're still on. You're still on.
Good, good. All right, so I gotta go and find it here. You see, I've been retweeting a lot on this today.
I can't believe they dismissed that. That is bull.
Oh, it gets more insane. But hold on.
I'll be back in 1 second. I'm gonna share this out on my Discord. Okay.
Okay.
I will be
No,
back
that's
though.
fine. So this also came out too. So let me get this pulled up. Missouri House Speaker wants federal intervention to help close Agape boarding school. It's become apparent that this problem is far reaching and contains more deeply rooted corruption than we are able to address solely at the state level. So we've got that going on too. Yeah, there's more going on, so I got to get back to it. I think it was. Sorry, I don't have an edit button. Here we go. It was from him. Okay. Okay, I can't find the exact tweet. So first they dismissed the case. Then they filed a new case. And I know I have it somewhere in here. But basically, the gist of what happened is basically they dismissed the original case, right? And then told the DSS workers that were getting the stories from the kids to leave. Their only protection, I might add. And then, so they tell the DSS workers to leave, and they dismiss the case against Agape. Only to turn around within an hour later for the state to file and then a new lawsuit requesting the DSS workers to return to the premises. Right? What the fuck is my state doing right now? These are my representatives because they look like incompetent buffoons on a national stage.
Yeah, that's some dumb fuckery right there.
Something.
Pardon my language.
It felt like a setup from get-go because it felt just like the JRC, the ones that bend over fucking backwards to protect that school. It felt like the exact same setup. But this,
yeah,
like, it's making my state's government look like a complete joke. Like, these people don't know what they're doing. They have gone beyond fumbled the football. They have literally just started running goals for the other team. This is insane. And they have the Republican Speaker of the Missouri House begged the feds to step in. It should have been shut down before the feds even started their investigation. Fact of the matter is, a year ago, back in 2021, a bill was passed that gave the Attorney General the power to shut down that school if there was an ongoing investigation going on. He has never used that power. And he's trying to bluff everyone to saying, oh, we're doing all we can. How about using the authority of your office and quit making our state look like a mockery? Like these individuals, I never worked with Mike Parsons, thank God, or Rick Schmidt. Those are our current heads right now. I was working with Governor Jay Nixon back in the day when I was doing all of my stuff. Ike Skelton and a few others. This looks like I've never seen anything like this. I thought that JRC was bad, but even though they keep getting away with it and the courts keep protecting them, they cover their own ass. This is just... Well, I'll let you... What's your thoughts on it?
That's just... There's no words for that.
Might I add, right now, while those DSS workers are gone, more than likely those kids are getting beaten and sexually assaulted, overworked, and starved.
Yeah, or probably another dead one. Who knows?
Yep, they got to start getting to where they start matching that JRC body count, I guess. Hey, HP. So, since you were kind of late in, I don't want to pull up the tweets again. But HP on Agape boarding school.
They dismissed the case.
Yeah, they dismissed the case, turned the DSS workers to leave, only to turn around and file a new case against them and tell them to return. Can you imagine those poor DSS workers? Imagine that. You leave, you start heading back to your office, and never mind, turn around. Like, imagine being those guys for a minute. My state has become a clown show, HP. My state has become a clown show. They went from fucking dismissing the case mutually and telling the DSS workers to leave, to then within the same breath turn around and refile and tell them to return. And in the meantime, the kids are still left there. Yeah, that's what you've been seeing, HP, all over the place. People from my state wondering, what in the name of God are these people on? I do thank you, Aspie, and I thank you for getting the word around. Right, HP? I called it, didn't I? I called it. I said this was a setup. It was just like the UK judge, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
The exact same thing. Exactly. They've got a new judge on it now. I don't know much about him yet. But this has been insane. And the matter of fact is that the Attorney General had the power to shut down this insanity since last year. He's never used his authority to do it. Because the man is so fucking scared of the Christian powers out here that he can't pull his head out of his ass long enough to realize kids are being beaten, kids are being sexually abused and sodomized. This has been corroborated, by the way. These claims have been substantiated with evidence. We've had one guy arrested by the FBI, for God's sake. What is it going to take? We talking about the new judge or the old one?
Impact. Oh. Oh.
That dude is either the most spineless attorney general we've ever had or corrupt as hell, and I can't figure out which one yet. Not necessarily, because with this one, you got several civil lawsuits along with it. This is kind of a different ball game because we're talking about a school that's also being pulled up on child trafficking charges.
Yeah. I thought Double Jeopardy only worked on murder.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Of the same individual.
Yep, kids exposed to hazardous materials, made to work with chemicals without gloves, made to work for long hours without food or water as punishment. And there's also talk about child trafficking going on. I don't know as much about those claims. I'm trying to dig as much as I can. I might have to go to some of the survivors. I know there's probably websites I just haven't come across yet. I want to get hold of the case files is what I want to do very badly. Yes, child trafficking. Child trafficking is one of the things that are going around as far as charges that these survivors are coming together and bringing before these people. And here's the sad fact. A lot of those kids, while the DSS workers were there, were coming up and telling them about what was going on. Those kids, when those DSS officials left, are still there. Right? They did not get those kids out of there.
Which is beyond
that's
amazing.
One of the charges. And yeah, I mean, one of the survivors found me because one of the other survivors was an autistic boy who they put through this hell. It sounds like there's some weird conglomerate of Christian-themed boarding schools like this throughout my state, is what they've been alleging. But I wouldn't be fucking surprised. They do seem to play directly out of the JRC's handbook. I mean, Chairman, you know, I've worked the JRC case for years. I know it inside, outside, and sideways. And I've seen them pull some insane fuckery, but this is batshit. Batshit insane. Okay, Seven Tails. Child trafficking. The children's system is expert at that. It's why they use a closed civil court system. Easier to manipulate the outcome and bias it in their favor and conceal the truth. Jesus.
Technically, he's right. Technically, he's right. That's a shame, but it does happen. Too much.
No, I know it does. HB says, sad fact, Agape might argue collateral estoppel or res judicata to prevent the case from being tried again by arguing that it has already been dismissed. Even though the case haven't even been argued yet. All they did was kick the can down the road twice. So that's also a part of this fuckery, right? They were supposed to have 2 different hearings. One the Monday before the 21st and then on the 21st. And they just kept kicking the can down the road. And then they pull this.
Well, someone needs to kick the can to the Supreme Court. See if they pick it up. But probably not because of Biden's new lackeys in the Supreme Court.
I don't know, and this is just insane. See, we're known out here. We're supposed to be, we're a Christian state. Please kill me. But you get my point. What did the Republicans that all followed Trump rail at constantly? They railed against abortion. They were railing against child trafficking. They were going to be the ones to save all the children, right? A lot of them, people like Mike Parsons and Eric Schmidt, and all those like sea monkeys sitting up there right now, were spouting that crap. Now it's there in our backyard, exposed for the whole world and the whole United States to see. What? Did they lose their balls?
Apparently they never had any.
No, they tell...
To begin with.
They tell the Christians out here in that big power base, which is mainly in the Midwest and the South, what they want to hear, and then basically use us to get rich. And it's pretty much always been that way. But this has gone beyond that. This has gone beyond hypocrisy. You're playing with children's lives. If this continues to go on, we may very well end up in a situation where we have our own 6 dead, like the JRC does. I want this place closed down before that happens. Not after. We need a lawyer to argue that those arguments are bullshit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Josh Hawley was AG of your state, wasn't he? He must have known about Agape. A lot of these people have been campaigning since 2003. 2003. And hell, the fact that it didn't go viral right along JRC when that video went out in 2012, that was kind of a lost opportunity, I think, because that would have been striking while the iron was hot.
Yeah.
I hate these schools. I hate these schools with my whole soul. That apparently has become my thing now, to go after these bastards. I don't have all the bells and whistles of these other YouTube channels. I know that. I don't have an edit button. I'm like below amateur, but I may be small, but I'm going to keep calling this place and others who like it out as they come across me. tells propaganda with gaslighting. Most don't actually question. See, that's the problem. It's been a problem everywhere. It's your kids. I don't blame parents, don't get me wrong. But having worked in the field that I have, parents you can't just trust these people with your kids. We don't live in that world anymore. I can't say that we actually ever really did. You cannot just trust them or just say, well, they're the authority, they will know. Not true. Look into these places before you send your kids there. Don't drink the damn Kool-Aid. It's your responsibility as parents to vet these places. Especially if your kid has a mental illness, has experienced trauma and depression, if they're suicidal, for God's sake, they're autistic or we have a disability, for God's sake, vet the school.
Yeah.
You got to do your homework because they're not going to do it for you. They're going to blow smoke up your ass, and then, I don't know. They just do nothing but blow empty smoke up your ass and traumatize your kid for life.
Man, connection's really weird tonight.
Of course I will, HP. I'm starting to dig into that already. It's basically the Circle of Hope Girls Ranch. Might as well have been the sister school to Agape. Rather short distance from each other, and the people that ran that school used to work for Agape. And those girls were raped and beaten. And basically, like what happened to the boys. And what really burns me, because I remember them using fundraisers. You would hear them on the radio. Donate to Circle of Hope.
Oh my God.
Donate to Agape. Yeah. That they did, HP, that they did. Now, Circle of Hope's Girls Ranch is closed. Thank God. At least that's what I've been told. But they are still bringing those people up on criminal charges. But Agape, they keep dragging their feet. And there's a lot of survivors there who wonder if it's because they're boys.
So right? If they were girls, it would have gone through.
Yep.
Jesus.
I mean, how else are they supposed to feel? What are they seeing in the media? People like fucking AH celebrated in spite of what she's done. I've had them talk to me about it. They were watching the JD versus AH trial. A lot of them as male survivors. And yeah, think about that. And now they're sitting there like thinking because they weren't girls, because they were male children. One of them was so horribly wrecked by that place that they have spina bifida and permanent disabilities caused by what happened. Yeah.
Okay, that hits me hard now. Some bitch.
Right? These kids were beaten so bad that they have permanent physical disabilities. And now they're watching this after, the whole trial and how everybody's still against male victims. Some of them are losing hope. It's hard to watch. I know, Sean B. I know. Like, some have been contemplating uprisings. just because they don't see any other way. True. I'm not as familiar with St. Joseph's College, but I'll look into it.
I guess.
One of the survivors, Robert Buckland, he's actually been the one who's been in the news media that I have seen. Talked about how he had rope that was wrapped around his neck, pulled. Yeah. And this is how my state treats it. This is how they treat those students, those victims, and the people still there. This is insane. What is this? Because it's not working diligently to help those kids. No, it's not. This is trying to cut our ass because it's an election year this year and doing it poorly.
Seven Tails and I earlier were talking about how neurologically normal people treat people like us.
Here's the thing, though, about Agape and Girls Ranch. These weren't just people with disabilities, although some of them were. A lot of them were regular kids who maybe got bad grades, maybe hung out with the wrong crowd. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Maybe they were getting into a little bit of trouble. And then you have the kids who have mental illness. You have the kids who have PTSD and trauma that causes them to act out, as with some of us PTSD does. Fight or flight is a real thing. Believe me, I would know. And they're sending them to these schools. And they're coming home with disabilities and trauma and psychological God. It's insane. And this is not the first time we've heard. It's the whole troubled teen industry. It's a joke. The same way the JRC is a joke. You got people who are in no way qualified to be dealing with teens. Some of them who have real issues that need real help. The whole idea, tough love does not change neurology nor psychology of a person. It's literally not how any of this works. That's what I'm saying, HP. The rabbit hole that I've managed to put myself in. Ten child sexual abuse allegations at a primary school.
Huh.
And this is beyond the whole regular public schools where improper restraints get autistics dead in the hundreds every year. Kids as young as 5 years old. I get the reports. They get sent to me or DM'd to me, or they get sent to me through Facebook Messenger. As far as these schools, I feel like the disability community and the troubled teen survivor community need to come together, and we need to attack these schools together because they're all the same. That's what I'm hoping to try and do, to bring all the survivors and all the advocates together. So, yeah, that's what's been going on with agape, folks. That's what's been going on. So if you see anything, share those articles. The only thing this state actually respects is pressure. And it can't just be coming from us within the state. It's got to be outside, because these kids they send to places like this, they come from all over the U.S., not just Missouri. Hell, I want them to know the world is watching. Now, speaking of this week's fuckery, I did want to briefly touch on the whole JD dating his UK lawyer thing. Can we stop? That was my whole opinion on it. Can we just stop? Why does any of this matter?
If he is good.
I know. It's just the whole concept behind gossip is malicious.
Yeah.
It really is.
If he is, good for him.
If not, it's not our business.
Yeah.
Leave it alone. My God. But it's part of my trauma from high school. See, people used to do that with my brother. Yeah. They like crazy. They would stalk my brother. And they would come up to me, his little sister. Like as soon as I got into high school, his little sister. To ask about his sex life or ask me to ask him to take off his shirt. Personal questions. It's creepy and it's disturbing. It's creepy and disturbing. You should not be that up in somebody else's business, even if you admire them. Even if you admire them. Support their work. Yes. Absolutely. Support good when good things happen. Awards. Fantastic. Share photos if you need to. But their personal life, not our business. All right, HB, I see you saying some things here. Exactly. Thank you. And again, if he's taking requests and ever comes by my small little channel, sir, documentaries. He's good at them. I would like to see more. I'm just asking if I could make a little request. So, absolutely agreed, HP. What he does and who he does it with is none of my business. As long as he's happy, I'm happy for him. I don't want to see his private life spread all over my TL. Okay? It's bonkers. It's creepy. It's extremely creepy. And that fact that some people are thinking about demanding answers. You're fine, Chairman. Demanding answers. Well, is there a reason maybe he should answer? He should answer because he doesn't have to answer shit. He doesn't have to answer shit. It's not our business. Not our business. Sorry, I needed to rant about that because I hate gossip so much. I cannot take it. You're right, Chairman. Come back in when you can. It's just... just saying. Just saying is all. Oh, HP got more. They do. They really do. They really do. It's messed up. People tend to forget that these people are human beings. I mean, hell, look what they've done to Brittany since she got out of the conservatorship. Judged every little thing she does. I've told Paul here, who's going to be wandering around.
I'm not. Can't prove it.
I told Paul that if Britney Spears, after everything she went through, decided to streak down the Vegas Strip butt-ass naked, she's earned the right. Nobody deserves to be under conservatorship, but you can't tell them that because they all want to take evidence from her freaking Instagram. Why do people are even on hell? Why the fuck are they online that much? I have to be. It's my job. But for those of us who do not work in the call center world and have to stare at the internet all day, right after they promised not to go after her, what do they do? What do they do? Oh my God, she's naked in an Instagram post. Well, she wouldn't be the first, would she? Not by a long shot.
Scarlett Johansson's boobs are everywhere, and that wasn't even her fault.
Can we not bring that up? Because I'm still pissed. Oh, there we are.
Yeah. Damn internet crashed again. Jeez.
I'm sorry, but why is everyone and their mother making documentaries? Like, it's not even been a few months. Like, I've never seen before evidence. I'm like, why wasn't it in trial? And if it's not new evidence, why are you blowing smoke up my ass and telling me it's cherries? She was open about how humiliating they were for her. She didn't even consent to them. Yep. Yeah, thank you, HP. That was about Brittany. And yeah, it was also about Brittany. All the documentaries, all the people making little comments and making their little news posts. And she's really mentally ill. Do you know how many people have just kept reciting she's really mentally ill, you don't understand, on the internet? Let me see. Do I understand? I used to work for the Missouri Department of Mental Health. Yes, I do understand. No, I do not think anyone who deserves to be put under a conservatorship and have their autonomy and rights ripped away from them. Period. Period. If she wants to prance around naked on Instagram, that is her right. She's not harming anyone.
No.
Good God. It's insane. That these people do in their personal lives that in no way affects or harms us or is not pertinent to their current work that they are doing. Not our business. Scrutinizing every move that they do is creepy stalker shit. And if that was actually done to someone else other than a celebrity, those people would be in jail. Can we say that? Because I'm on
Yeah.
a the media's ass kind of mood tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone other than the paparazzi following a celebrity. If somebody was following my ass around, taking pictures of me everywhere that I went, and making comments like that, they'd haul his ass away. I'm just saying. I don't agree with what Wendy has done and how she gossips about people but she doesn't. Nobody does. That's my point. And these people, when they throw excuses out like that, it's ableism. It is blatant ableism. When you say that someone's mental health issue is a course and reason to remove their autonomy and their rights and put them under the complete full power under somebody else when they are a grown-ass adult, it's ableism.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, HP. All the celebrities have gone through it, like Paul mentioned while he was walking by. But it's... Why? Why? I just don't get it. But see, this crap gets all the coverage. Doing this horrible crap to Britney, basically stalking JD. But what's happening at Agape? State news. The only reason why some national people have seen it is because we've pushed it on social media. You want to talk about fucked up priorities? What's going on in those schools like JRC and Agape, front and center every night. Every night. What's happening to those boys there, that front and center. Front and center. Not this crap.
Yeah. Everyone in power doesn't seem to give a damn about people like you and me. At all. My insurance company seems to want to wish for me to be gone and dead.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. My insurance company hasn't paid my aid in 4 months.
What?
Yeah. Because they said, they finally said, oh, you're not using the right timesheet. We switched our timesheets.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. Then why didn't you tell my aide that you did that? Because they don't want to pay him.
I had to, fight my insurance company for all 2 minutes over my teeth, but nothing like that.
Yeah, well, the government couldn't kill me with COVID, so they're trying to kill me in other ways. I have had every infection under the sun. So, and I've survived.
It's insane.
So my white blood cells can probably stand just about everything.
We're treated as subhuman. I've said it time and time again.
Yep.
Especially people with disabilities and especially people with mental health issues. But what's going on in these schools with these kids, these troubled teens, they're treating them not exactly the same, but they're treating them like throwaway people.
Yeah.
People who didn't go into with a disability are leaving with one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you get bad grades? Okay, well, we're going to make it to where you're on disability for the rest of your life by the time you leave here. How can we get possibly more salacious? You've got corruption. You've got bribery of politicians. For the love of God, if all you're going in for because you are an asshole who has no humanity or feelings is entertainment, there's corruption, there's greed, there's all of it. All of it. It horrifies me, HP, but I was well aware of the fact. We've been fighting freaking Judge Rotenberg Center to stop torturing disabled kids for daring to breathe while disabled.
Yeah.
For over 3 decades. 3 decades.
Well, it's like what's happening in Illinois with the in I think it's Chicago, where crime is just they don't give a crap. People are just stealing things and doing things, and the cops can't do anything for 5 days. What's that about? I don't understand that. Crap.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
yeah,
for coming,
yeah.
HP. We'll see you later.
All right, man.
Seven tells. That's exactly. It does. It does, and we know this with the JRC for the fact because we got receipts. $280,000 a head per year per student that these school districts pay to send these kids to be like the Agape kids, tortured, starved,
beaten,
traumatized, deprived of sleep. Only to tell us, oh no, the GED device makes them live happier, less depressed lives. I'm like, yeah, you can't watch the Andre McCollins video and tell me that kid is happier.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of makes me want to, respond with violence.
And being shocked with electricity actually decreases your life.
Oh no, but we're disabled, so that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That doesn't improve your life, that decreases it. How many times did they shock him? Like 40 times?
31 times. Then there were 2 other boys later on. 2016, 2 boys woken up in the middle of the night who had actually been faded off the device were woken up, slammed on 4-point boards, and shocked 71 times each at 45 mph.
For what reason? Just because they wanted to?
Because they received a prank call for someone pretending to be staff, saying that they had behaviors at supper. They didn't vet this person. Nobody called to check with the clinician or anything, apparently. But it shouldn't matter. They shouldn't be doing it anyway. We shouldn't be tortured for having a disability. I was born autistic. It didn't just come to me out of nowhere. You can't torture out a disability.
No.
And my God, the things they've used on us autistics, like up in the UK, the fucking bleach, getting your kids to drink bleach as a treatment for autism was a thing.
That's poison.
Yeah. Let's see. And then out here, Yale used radiation on an autistic's brain. Chemical lobotomy.
I hope the parents, whoever did that to their kid, got in trouble. Probably not.
I'm hoping so too.
Probably not, though.
So knows, I mean,
whoever wrote that, that's murder, and goddamn. Oh, that just gaslights me right there. Jesus Christ.
some tells everything to do with children. Check up interagency fees with the CPS and tell me it's not trafficking. Yep, Sean B, this is the shit that people like me get to face every single day. And because I'm loud, vocal about it, and been fighting this fight for years on a public and national stage, it's what I've been known for since, God, 2008. Every time I step out my door and go out anywhere, all the stares, the condescension, and being talked to like I'm 6. Or even better, if I'm out with my mother, they talk to her instead of me. Even though I have proven time and again I am perfectly capable to speak on their level. We all are. Reasonable accommodations are a thing, but places like Agape and JRC can't be bothered. They want to take in the money, but not spend the money to actually do things that will help. Yeah, I didn't hear about the Midwest, which is weird. You would think they would have sent that to me.
Huh.
But yeah, and then you have mothers going on about fucking 60 Minutes Australia. I drove my kid off a bridge into a river. I just couldn't take it anymore. Bitch, he was 5. You are the adult and that child depends on you. If you can't handle it, put them up for adoption. The hell is wrong with people? So now, and then they were saying how we have to have sympathy for the mother. Let's forget about the dead 5-year-old child and how scared they would have been. Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I did warn you it was going to be kind of ranty. CPS likes to keep things from the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And the only time it escapes is when it gets out of their control. Like the JRC, which we all covered and watched for all of like 2 seconds in 2012 before we moved on to the next thing. While meanwhile, guess what? It's still happening.
Yeah.
Hi, kitten.
Oh, I heard a cat.
Yep. He's coming to say hi. Boop. You want to come say hi? You want to give us some levity for a moment from all this insanity? Can you say hi? Say hi to the peoples. Say hi to the peoples. You good kid. You good boy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey, I could be worse. I could be one of these poor people that make the cat get all up in costume.
Oh, shit.
And put in baby cribs. No, he doesn't have to go through that. We just show you to the peoples every so often.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, let me see here. Oh, I know, because JRC has threatened Neuroclastic with a defamation lawsuit. We all know that.
Yeah.
They still, as far as I know, they haven't moved forward with anything yet. That's what they try to do. They try to threaten you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Bozy before we close out. Can we talk about this dumbass now?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this idiot. Who in their right mind, after realizing they're going to get sued, then proceeds to continue to hammer on that person in the same manner that allowed them to sue them in the first place? Oh, it gets better. Everyone he blocks, he said he's going to sue.
Oh.
And then there's me. I'm like, do it. Come at me. I'm ready. My lawyers are ready. You have to know a few to be an advocate this long. Got to have a few in your back pocket you can call on if an emergency like that pops up. And I would look forward to wipe the floor with his arrogant little ass.
I never heard of this person before all of this crap started. I was like, who the hell is that?
Christian Boozy and Bot Sentinel, and he's protecting from the bullies. Like, dude, you are the biggest bully and harasser on the damn site.
Oh yeah, that's how I know him as Bot Sentinel. I didn't know his real name.
Because this whole idea of I'm gonna punish you and call you troublesome because you have an opinion. Like, this is the shit that, like, Foamy the Squirrel on Ill Will Press brings up, that you're not even allowed to state a fucking opinion anymore.
Yeah, apparently not. I've been banned from 3 different YouTube channels for stating my opinion. Yeah. Mike Shinoda from Lincoln Park, King of Random, and some other channel.
You're allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah.
Not everyone's going to agree with me. I'm a centrist. I have always been a centrist. I've always gone with the candidates that make the most logical, coherent sense. I base my decisions off of logic, not sentiment. And I vote on things that directly affect people like me.
Yeah.
I always have. Since I started voting, when I turned 18. And look, you must be a MAGA and all that because you're Second Amendment right. Dumbass, I'm from a family of veterans.
So much.
Both my grandfathers have fought in wars. My dad was a police officer. My stepdad is former Army. My brother's former Army. It's a family of vets. Vets are not going about that are teaching their kids. They're teaching them proper gun safety young.
Yeah. I was very young when I learned how to shoot.
And also, when we are being taught how to shoot, the guns, when not being used, are safely locked away.
Yeah.
Safely locked away. It is completely insane. But then, some moron would probably come along and be like, well, you must have been for Trump then. No, I wasn't. Not at all. I wasn't for either candidate. I think this political system has gone straight to hell. And what happened today just brings me further evidence of just how fucked we've allowed it to become.
Yeah. Sadly, yes.
And it's because we've allowed ourselves to be duped and distracted and so far up celebrity asses that we won't take them out long enough to see what's going wrong and what's going on in the world around us.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, hell, I've felt that since the 90s. I was just a kid then, and I didn't understand it then, and I don't understand it now. Like, why is this more important? We've got wars going on. We've got schools abusing and torturing children. We're having schools that are sex trafficking children, starving them, torturing them. We have all kinds of insanity going on right now. But they want to be up the ass of some celebrity wondering who they're dating.
Yeah. The news has everything totally backwards. Their priorities all messed up.
And it's not just them because they respond to the public. And what are the public doing? They're consuming this garbage. Nobody does their own research anymore. Nobody takes what the media says with a grain of salt. Just the news is 100% shit true. You're really going to tell that to a Gen Xer? Really? Because we know it's bullshit. But anyways, we're getting to about an hour now, so it's about time to go ahead and hang it up for the evening. Thank you, Chairman, for coming on, and thank all you guys in the chat, Aspie Chan, Seven Tails, Sean B. I know you left HP, but thank you as well. Thank everybody for coming on tonight. We will, of course, be on next Monday, and I'll be doing a video on all this tomorrow morning, and we'll see if we have any new details about the new lawsuit after this. As always, everyone, we hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Bye-bye.